It is now time for Ask the Expert, and it may be early right now for many families throughout the greater Milwaukee area to decide which high school their teenagers should attend in the fall, but we're talking about it.
We are, and to provide some advice on how to find a school that's a fit for your child, we're joined by Alexis Carter, Director of Admissions from St. Joan Antietam High School in Milwaukee. Did I get that right?
You absolutely did. Thank you.
Thank you for being here. So this is a conversation parents should have with their high schoolers?
Absolutely. So my role at St. Joan, I primarily work with, 8th grade students transitioning to 9th grade. However, transfer happens. So sometimes students are in 10th grade and they're kind of making that decision, where should I go based on fit. So yeah.
So let's talk about that. A family is getting ready to take that kid out of the environment they've been in for a number of years in middle school, and now we're talking about high school. What are some of the things they should look for in a high school?
Absolutely. So my big tip to kind of start out the process is always do your homework. So think about what is important to you as a family. Is it transportation? Are you interested in a certain type of program? Take into consideration those things, and then don't just do online homework research, but actually get testimonials. Find people who are in your network that kind of do or are in that space already.
So
do a door knock.
Right.
So schools offer a lot of things when it comes to academics. What about extracurricular?
Sure. So extracurriculars are important. High school, you're going to already kind of get your reading, math, science, but extracurriculars to me are your bread and butter.
Okay.
It kind of helps round you out as a person. So you're absolutely right. Extracurriculars are important. I always say think about what's important to you. Some schools already have extracurriculars as they stand, but at St. Joan, we create clubs based on student interest. So thinking of what kind of is going to help round you out, and does that school offer it?
Okay, I know that St. Joan Antietam is an all-girls school, a parochial school. Let's talk about cost. When we talk about private versus public, what should families be thinking about when it comes to considering a school that may have a price tag with it?
Absolutely. Price tag's important. It's just a factor. With private, public, charter school options, there are different funding sources that exist. So consider, is your school a Milwaukee Parental or Wisconsin Parental Choice School? Not just that, but if you are a public school, have you met the admissions deadline for being able to be a part of that environment? So yes, cost is a factor, in taking that into consideration with scholarship, merit. What are those things that can help you and your family make that happen?
Is there cost to apply to get in for the high school level?
So it actually depends on the school. Some schools have application fees that exist right off the gate. I know for my school in particular, if a student or family does not have the means to pay an application fee, we can work with you. Yeah, absolutely.
To cover the cost.
But yeah, consider an application fee as part of the process.
And when you're coming out, if you have a student that's come out of public school and now thinking about a private, or a student coming out of private now thinking about the public school, how do they weigh that?
Yeah, so I always say check your fit. That means take into consideration kind of what is important to you. Is it extracurriculars? Is it,
the environment of the school?
Absolutely.
Right.
Those are important just because it'll help you with your next steps.
Alexis, thank you so much for this
pleasure.
information. I
Very
wish
good.
you were my director of admissions when I was going to
gosh,
school.
hey.
So much information.
I appreciate it.
Yes, thank you.
Have a question for our experts, email them at asktheexpert@todaystmj4.com. You can also leave a voicemail. We do have the number there for you.